Hiya. Thanks for tuning in. It's Susan here. It's 27th of August, uh, 2024, and just before 8 p.m. UK time. And you'll need that for reference for a couple of videos I'm going to mention. First thing I want to say, though, is I'll need to watch my posture because I looked back over the when I look at the first frame advertising my videos, I seem to always be agitated or surprised because my hands are up here or wherever, and I'm all going. So maybe I should learn some decorum and be a bit calmer during these things. Well, today's is going to be calm because I there was a couple of videos, one I found and one that was sent to me. And in all the turmoil that we're going through at the moment, um, these two videos really meant something to me. And the first one, which I found just so positive, was an interview that Pam Gregory did with a woman called Nancy Rebecca. And she was talking about blue light beings and she was talking about blue light coming in and so on. And the second video was one by Blossom Goodchild, who just had so much fun energy about her. It was just lovely. So I'll put links to these in the box underneath. And if you have trouble finding them from the links, because sometimes they seem to go haywire, then remember they were all made within the last few days. So don't go to like 3 months before the 27th of August. They were all made within the last few days. And as I say, this is the 27th of August 24. Um, and what got me is we've suspected for a while. It's been rumoured by those in the know, those energy workers and people who can read the frequencies and the like, is that as our frequencies increased, so it would be more difficult for folk to hide lies, and it would be easier for the rest of us to be able to detect these lies. And I certainly, I mean, what's happening now, as you're all well aware, especially the focus is all on America at the moment, which is really annoying me. I think it's one of these things. Watch over here because this hand's doing something else. So the greatest focus is on America with JFK supporting Trump and another important Democrat whose name I can't remember. She's now supporting Trump as well, and so on. And it looks as though all the good guys are moving to one side and distancing themselves from what else has been happening all over. One of the shocking pieces of news that's really going to lower us on this video is that nearly 300,000 illegal immigrant children had been lost in America. Now, how close or how correct that statistic is, I have no idea. Hopefully, it's incorrect, but anyway, there's no smoke without fire, as they say. Anyway, I'm not going to use this video to bring us down. I'm just saying that what's happening is bringing a lot of stuff to light. Um, uh, uh, it's not happening fast enough. As I said already, it's all focused on America, and I would like some stuff to happen in the UK, please, before we really drown in our own mire. But the other thing about the UK is that we're being focused from all over the world. I saw another video from a news station in Australia, and they were laughing at the UK for some of the things that we're doing with freedom of speech and arresting for people for putting comments on Facebook and the like. What? So anyway, um, the point I'm making is that the truth coming out, and Nancy Rebecca was talking about the blue light. Somebody was asking in the comments about the frequency and what is about the frequency. And Nancy Rebecca was talking about the blue light that's coming in and how that is blasting us and raising our frequencies. And Pam Gregory was able to, the dates that Nancy Rebecca was given, Pam Gregory was able to match these up to a couple of days in advance of that. There had been a particularly strong astrological event that had taken place as well. So it's all very, very positive, and that matches up with the astrology and what the channelers and psychics are getting through. Folk who can communicate with other beings and so on, and it's all matching up. So I have to watch myself because I have a terrible habit if I'm telling a story. I don't think of myself as somebody who tells lies. I try really hard to not to. Um, I'm more likely to avoid the answer than to tell a lie, but I do have a bad habit of embellishing a story for effect. As the saying goes, why ruin a good story with the truth? So I'm going to be one of these people whose throat chakra is going to tie up and block as my frequency rises because I can't embellish my stories anymore. But wouldn't that be fabulous if we can detect people who are lying, um, and and we can lift ourselves off of that level that they're in, and we can spot them, so people end up telling the truth, and we're so much lighter and happier. Relationships would be much easier. Um, Politics would completely disintegrate if they weren't allowed to lie anymore, or if we recognise it straight away. I think most of us are beginning to recognise it straight away, but no, really, because what you find is that they then start following somebody else and don't recognise that that person is telling a pack of porkies as well. And so they all latch on to the least known liar. He who lies least gets the vote. Wow, what a way to run the country. But anyway, that's what it seems like it is going to be happening. Um, so anyway, it's the Blossom Goodchild went on to say, basically, what is the truth? The only truth is what you know it to be. And if you decide that chemtrails are not chemtrails, they're contrails, that is your truth. And one of the ways to ascension, one of the ways to your happiness and increase your frequency is to drop the need to be right. So you can know in your own mind that what you're saying is correct, that it's right, but you don't need to throw it down somebody else's throat. You just, okay, that's fine. Access consciousness, their lovely way is just going, oh, that's interesting, and turn and walk away. Because I remember somebody saying to me, why don't people believe me? Why don't they listen to me? I've told them about this. You go, why do they need to listen to you? So we just keep our own counsel. We keep our own truth. We don't need to push it. We keep ourselves happy. We know that things are working out because we're all getting blasted with this blue light. It's affecting some differently from others. One woman I was speaking to today, an energy worker, had said to her, you're feeling fatigued because you're going through a massive upgrade. You've been hit by an increased frequency and your body's adjusting. So bear that in mind if you feel somewhat under the weather. I felt like I was climbing a Monroe just walking up the street this morning. It's probably because I had too much sugar yesterday. But anyway, I digress. Anyway, the wonderful thing is that those of us in the know, and for anybody who's sitting back and feels that they're not doing anything, don't forget that if you can keep your frequency up and you can keep cheery, it radiates out. Whether you're actually out there talking to people or whether you're just, as long as you can keep that level, then all that higher frequency um, is affecting other people as it radiates out from you. So don't think that just because you're not an energy worker, you're not out there. If you're keeping yourself up and you're keeping a smile on your face, because it's amazing how folk react to smiles on their on faces. Um, as long as it's a true smile and not a sarcastic one, it takes me back to how children used to react to me when everybody else in the supermarket um, had their faces covered. And I remember a kid looking at me, and I was, of course, smiled to this child, and it sort of went like this at first, and then big smiles. So, I smile to people. Keep it happy. Try and try and remember that any wrong that's done to you is a challenge to see how you cope with it. The truth will out, as they say. We're all getting there. Um, there's no such thing as truth. There's only perception. So if you perceive something that's yours, that's your truth. You keep it. And somebody else's truth is their truth. We can eat away gently by dropping wee hints here and there, or more importantly, showing the way to ascension. We can do that. But in general, it's lovely to think that, and very quickly too, apparently September's to be a big month, but then they said that about August. They've been saying that since Christmas 2020. So we won't hold on because we'll give ourselves false hope if we're waiting for a particular date. But certainly things are coming out in the most unexpected ways. So keep your eyes open. Don't be triggered by things you see on the news. Live your life as best you can. So live, love, and be happy. Thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate you watching. It makes me feel good to think that folk have a similar view to myself. So anyway, thank you. Yes, live, love, and be happy.